Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Sun. I am super excited to do this review for you guys today. I watched all 9 episodes over the weekend. I lie, I watched it in one day because it was so good. I'm here to talk about Squid Game. Squid Game has become South Korea's first show to ever hit Netflix's #1 top spot in the US and globally. It has become a phenomenon. Everyone is talking about it, everyone is watching it, and honestly, it is a great show. The crazy thing is that this show almost never happened. The creator, Hwang Dong-hyuk, was pitching his story for over a decade, and nobody would take it because they were saying that it was too grotesque, it was unrealistic, so Netflix said, hey, we'll take it. And boy, I'm sure they're very glad that they did. In fact, people are labeling this the next Parasite, and we all know how globally successful Parasite was. If you look on Amazon and you look up Squid Game, you'll see a ton of costumes already out, so I think I know what I'll be for Halloween this year. The story revolves around Lee Jung-jae, who is played by Sung Hee-hun, a very famous and well-known actor in South Korea. He's living this very menial life. He is very financially in debt. He is stealing and living off of his mother. And he finds himself in the secret contest of 456 contestants. And if you notice, his badge is 456 because he's the very last contestant to enter this game. And when you look around, these contestants are all from different walks of life. They come from all over the country, but they have one thing in common, and that is that they are all financially in debt. Most of them are crooks and criminals. They've done very bad things in life, and so they're all here to win a large sum of money, about 46 billion won, which is equivalent to about $38 million. And so they are basically asked to play a series of children's games, but little did they know that they will be faced with deadly consequences if they don't make it out of the game. The games were so fun to watch. I mean, they're very simple games. They're just children's games with very little rules, however, with deadly consequences if you don't win. However, this show was very creative in the way that they depicted these games, because they could have easily gone down the route where it's just these games, people die violently, it's very gory, but I think that's very rinse and repeatable, and people will get bored really quickly. But what the show did differently is that they really developed these characters. They really showed people's personalities. You got to love or hate certain characters through these games because you actually got to see the human nature, the human aspect, and really be able to put yourself in those people's shoes. Like, what are you willing to do in order to win that sum of money? How far are you willing to go? And because you see that animalistic nature in human beings that comes out when you're faced in this situation, these games that are like childhood games become that much more interesting because it's the polar opposite. And so I thought the way that this show used these children's games to bring out the most ugliest aspects of humans was such a creative idea. Lee Jung-jae has a special relationship with one of the contestants who is a part of this big reveal at the very end of the series. It was a big twist that was a surprise. I'm not going to give it away because this is a spoiler-free review. However, this really shows that Lee Jung-jae is a very good character. You root for him from the beginning to the very end of the series. Besides the main storyline, there are other storylines which makes the show really good because it really encapsulates the whole story. I'm talking specifically about the administrators of the game. They're the ones wearing the red to differentiate, or the hot pink. They're the ones to differentiate the contestants from the administrators. And within that group, there are other smaller stories, but they're all very interesting. There's a lot of twists and turns, surprises, a lot of hints leading up that there will potentially be a second season to this show, which I really hope that there will be. I feel like this could really go on for a long time and keep it interesting. And so the show overall was super creative, didn't leave any loose ends untied. I thought that it really wrapped it up. And the ending, a lot of people are saying that it was messy. I think that it was a great reveal. I thought it made the show very surprising. I didn't see it coming. Belle actually did see it coming, which I had to give her a big high five because, I just really didn't see it coming. But now that I look back at it and I think of all the little hints that the show gave with this certain character, it made perfect sense. So let's talk about some themes of this show. First one being what someone is willing to do and willing to go through in order to win money that could ultimately erase their past and help them create a brand new identity for themselves. So you see them manipulating people, betraying people that they've loved and known for years and turning against each other, really bringing out the ugliness, the animalistic, the very dark side of humans. And the crazy thing is it shows how powerful people are as well. Everyone has a special way of gaining a competitive advantage, and they're being forced to use it because they want that money so bad. And so the fact that they show that through child games, like very simple games that everyone has played, before, is such a creative way of showing that contrast. The second theme of this show, and it's actually very similar to the theme in Parasite, is the disparity between the very rich and the very poor. And I thought that Squid Game did such a great job, in of course, very extreme way of showing the disparity between the two classes. It's very relevant. It is a common theme that we see all around the world, but I just thought it was very creatively done and shown. It really shows the ugliness of both sides and what people are capable of doing. Now let's talk about the actual games. I want to talk about the games that I really liked versus the one I did not like. The first game that I really liked was the very first one, Red Light, Green Light. We're all familiar with it, but what I liked about it is that it started the series off with such a bang. I did not expect that at all. It was very violent, not recommended for kids. But through that game, that wow, that shock factor, it really started off the series on such a high note. And a lot of times when series start on such a high note, you see it kind of fading and going down. But this show kept on getting better and better. So it leads me to my second favorite game, which is Tug of War, another very familiar game. But what I liked about it is the strategy part of it. It doesn't matter, who is on your team. You could have some weak people, old people versus like this other team that's super strong. But if you know the strategy and you know these little tricks, you could always beat the stronger team. So I really like that because now I'm like, I wonder if that's true. I want to go try it out. The game I did not like was the second to last game, which is the glass stepping game, where you basically, if you pick the wrong one, you're going to fall to your death. There's absolutely no strategy involved. The only strategy is be the last one to go. And so not everyone is born with a lucky hand. So if you're in the first, half, you're pretty much out of luck. So I did not like that one. It made my stomach hurt for sure the entire time. But still, in the show, it was very, very entertaining to watch. And again, it was very stressful. But yeah, that game I did not like at all. Overall, I know that there's been some mixed feelings about the ending and how it ended. People say that it was messy. I thought that it was really, really good. I thought it was a great twist, very surprising. I didn't see it coming. I thoroughly enjoyed this series. I think that it is so well done, refreshing. Every single episode was very entertaining. Like I said, I watched this in one night and I couldn't put it down. So let me know what you guys think. Did you guys watch Squid Game? Do you like it? What do you think about it? I want to know about your comments. Also, which one is your favorite game? I'm very curious about that. So make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Belle will be back, I promise you guys. Belle and I will be back each week with new movie reviews, show reviews like this one, trailer reactions. Make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, friends. Thanks. Bye.